Hi, I'm Ruth and welcome to the Flow into Health podcast. What does it mean to flow into health? It means living in sync with the energy around you, things like your menstrual cycle, the moon, and the seasons. It means going with the flow and softening into what you may not like in your life and learning to release resistance. And it means understanding how energy flows in our bodies so we can optimize it and feel our very best. I want to start today with a story about a man named William Gray. Bill was practicing medicine and his patients were healing from conditions that were considered incurable. People who had miraculous healings would tell their friends to see him for other conditions, and those friends would become his patients. And they also healed from whatever was ailing them. It sounds like he's a great doctor, right? But what if I told you that Bill Gray was born in 1895 and he never went to medical school? In fact, he only completed 4th grade and he had difficulty reading. Yet he had a license to practice medicine in both Nevada and California. So what do you think? Should doctors be required to follow the medical school advice of the time? Or can they be healers based on their outcomes? I read about Bill Gray in Judith Hill's book called Astrology and Your Vital Force. I quickly became obsessed with the book and was fascinated by his healing methods. According to Hill, Bill Gray could feel a person's vital force by touching their stomach, and their vital force energy resonated at one of 36 different frequencies. That frequency has to do with when you were born. Each zodiac sign can be broken into 3 different groups. For example, the first 10 days of Taurus, the second 10 days of Taurus, and the third 10 days of Taurus. Multiply that by 12 zodiac signs and you get 36 unique frequencies. Bill Gray infused his patients with energy related to their vital force, which is related to their zodiac sun sign. So, does that mean we can feel healthier if we embrace the energy of our sun sign? Let's pretend that this is true. What if our sun sign gives us a particular frequency? When I think about people's frequency, I think about how like attracts like. We like to be around people who are more similar to us. Do you have birthday friends? The people who you have to celebrate your birthday with because their birthday is the same as yours or maybe just a few days off? I always have. And I thought it was unique to me for a while, but I'm realizing that most people have a birthday friend or two. Why? Could it be that you're resonating at the same frequency as them and so you're drawn to each other? I also really like how Judith Hill talked about the 12 zodiac signs. She said, "The 4 elements represent 4 levels of density of matter and the 4 distinct types of vital force, whereas the 3 modes indicate the rate of matter in motion." What does that mean? Well, the earth signs, which are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they all like to get things done, and being in touch with the earth is nourishing to them. So if you're a Taurus, getting energy from a Virgo or Capricorn will feel familiar. The same goes for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Each of the other fire signs is complementary, but rather than getting things done, the fire signs want to move their bodies, so they like to do sports, dancing, and just moving will feel good. Air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius are always thinking about things, which can actually really stress out their nervous systems, but they understand each other in that way. Water signs Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces can really feel their bodies and emotions. As emotions come, they're obvious to a water sign because they feel them immensely. So these are the different densities, and the densities complement each other. Being an early Gemini myself means that early Libra and early Aquarius complement my energy. You can take this further and look at the days of the year that complement your energy. Add 4 months to your birthday and 8 months to your birthday, and you get approximately some of the most complementary times of the year for you. And when I think about this, it all has to do with the light in the sky. So on your birthday, the sun is in pretty much the exact same place if you're in the same location. At other times of the year, when it's complementary, that same light that's coming onto the earth feels good for you. Hill says that if you see a healer, someone who's in one of the complementary signs to you would be the best option. So for me, an early Libra or early Aquarius would best complement my energy and give me the best energy healing possible. Moving on from the elements, which determine the energy density, we go to the modes, which represent the rate of motion. There are 3 modes: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. The cardinal signs, which are Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer, like to initiate new things. The fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio, maintain the energy. You can feel them almost concentrating their energy on maintaining how things are and always have been. They want to keep things the same. And the mutable signs are Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. These signs like to go with the flow. They'll go however the day, week, or month takes them, and they're excited to make changes. While these different modes have certain qualities in common, there's also a lot of tension between them. Thinking about the 4 cardinal signs, for example, Aries wants to start something with action and move their body. Capricorn wants to start something by following the rules. Libra wants to start something based on what other people think and then their own thought. And Cancer wants to start something based on their feelings. They all have a lot of energy to initiate, and they're almost fighting over which way to do it. And so these different signs with the same mode cause tension. Therefore, the days of the year that are in the same mode at an equal time within the zodiac sign actually create tension in your vital force. If you are familiar with astrology, these are the square aspects in your chart. So you can add and subtract 3 months from your birthday to approximately find 2 days when you have a lot of tension in your energy. Right around your half birthday would be the other day, so 6 months added to your birthday. Leading up to these times of the year, it's important to take extra good care of yourself. You know the sun is going to be creating tension with your vital force and your energy. So resting or eating good foods that you know are good for you is essential. Now's not the time to be stressing your body out. Judith Hill recommends in the book to avoid excessive speaking, arguing, sex, or healing others when the sun is squaring your natal sun. So we as humans, we all have these frequencies. And what I'm realizing more and more is that everything else in the world does too. Different colors carry different frequencies, and each individual crystal has a different frequency. Every flower, every scent, every taste is different because they carry a different frequency. Some frequencies match and complement yours, while others create tension with yours. So you'll be drawn to the ones that complement you, and you can use those crystals or plants or colors to create a vibration that feels good for you. I'm kind of imagining a room filled with colors and scents and crystals that just make you feel good. We each have our own version of this. It would be a place that complements our own personal frequency, which builds our vital force. And it feels like home. We can create a place like this in real life, almost like a temple, or it could be all in our imagination. When we do things in our mind, our body doesn't know the difference between real life and what we think about. So this practice can be just as powerful to do all in your head. This place can be where you go when you feel stressed out or sick, or when the sun will be squaring your sun soon. It can be a place to raise your frequency and bring you back to your true essence, to your natural frequency. And it's a place that would heal you by healing your vital force energy. Can you feel it? Do you see that place that just complements you perfectly? I'm really curious to know whether there's some overlap between your healing space and that of others with a birthday in the same zodiac frequency as yours. Maybe your birthday friend. And I'd love to know if you feel the vital force of your sun sign. The sun sign is only one aspect of our birth chart, but I do like to think of it as our energy and our health. If we can resonate with that frequency, we can feel better in our bodies and our lives. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe so you can be notified when new episodes are released. And if you know of anybody else who might enjoy this content, I'd really appreciate you sharing the Flow into Health podcast with them. If you can't think of anyone else to share the podcast with, a 5-star review really helps others find the podcast. Thanks for listening today. I am so grateful to the podcast listeners, and I want to continue creating content that you want to hear. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them, and maybe an upcoming episode will be recorded with you in mind. See you next time.